Hey, you know what I did? I tuned in this morning to Sean Morash, Tiki Barber. Now, Evan, I don't know where Evan is. Evan's on vacation, I guess, celebrating 250 years of freedom in America. God knows where he is. But nevertheless, I tuned in, and man, it was a glorious occasion. That's Sean Morash. They say I never say anything positive. They accuse me of being a negative Nelly. No, 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 no. That's Sean Morash. Watch out, Evan. Watch out for that job, Evan. That Sean Morash did a heck of a kick-ass job this morning, and Tiki Barber filled in. I had narcolepsy when Tiki Barber started to speak, but he's not that bad. I take it back. I'm sorry, Tiki. But nevertheless, when I tuned in, they're talking in negative terms about, now sit down if you're standing, Juan Soto, New York Mets. The New York Mets dismal 2026 season featuring the overrated, the big dog, the guy who never hustles, the guy who never gets his uniform dirty, never sprints to first base, never dives in the outfield, plays a half-ass right field. That guy, Juan Soto, the guy who's stealing money, the guy who's taking money and lollygags it to first base, doesn't slide into second, is a poor base runner, a lousy outfielder, all the things, doesn't swing at bad pitches when it's necessary to swing at bad pitches in the right circumstance. Let me slow down. That Juan Soto, they talked about in, frankly, honest terms. They finally spilled the beans, if you will, on Juan Soto. Juan Soto, now, despite his numbers, his overblown numbers, the numbers are overblown. These numbers are not indicative of what he does on a day-to-day basis on a baseball field. These numbers are way out in the stratosphere. If he ends up this season with good numbers, you can tell by the visual, by the eye test. You know the eye test. What actually the barometer that a baseball game is judged, the eye test, you can tell exactly what Juan Soto does day to day. And frankly, it's not much. He never hits in the clutch. He plays a lousy outfield. He has no arm, a lollipop. They used to call it a lollipop arm back in the old days. I had a gun for an arm. I mean, no wonder, right? I had a gun for an arm. I had a 20,000 times better arm than Juan Soto. I'm sorry. I played shortstop. I had a gun for an arm. This guy can't even throw, and he's making multi-millions. They didn't give me that kind of money when I played baseball. Nevertheless, let me take the focus off of myself and focus in on Juan Soto. It's hard to take the focus off of myself. You know how I am. Juan Soto, this guy has been an absolute dog. Now, it's one thing to fail at your job. His job is to lead the New York Mets to something better than a last place finish. Wouldn't you say? His job is to actually run out a ground ball once in a while. Hey, Juan, take my advice. Run out 1 out of 5 ground balls that you hit to shortstop, that you hit to third base, that you hit on the right side of the infield. Just run out 1 out of the 5, and I'll be impressed. After making multi-millions of dollars, after practically stealing money that the Mets could have spent elsewhere, try to run out 1 out of 5 ground balls. Try to dive for a baseball once in a while. Try to get the uniform dirty. Try to fake it that you actually care about what you're doing. Try not to play lackluster baseball for once as a New York Met, because it's actually, frankly, it's nauseating. This guy is an absolute bust. This guy's got it in his mind that he doesn't have to hustle. This guy's got it in his mind that he can't swing at a pitch 1 inch, an inch and a half out of the strike zone in a good situation, a situation built for him to drive in runs, second and third, 1 out, first and second, 1 out. Those kind of situations, bases loaded, 1 out. Those kind of situations where you pay this guy to get that gigantic hit for you. And what does he do? He takes a walk. He's happy with a walk. Let me talk baseball 101 to you, Juan. Hey, Soto. Let me talk baseball 101 to you for a split second. Try to understand what your job is. Your job is to drive in run after run after run until we just can't believe what you're doing. For them, the astronomical money that you're making, your job is to drive in runs, not taking walks in crucial situations in very crucial ball games. Your job is to drive in runs. Your job is to dive for a ball a few feet in front of you, not letting it fall in front. Your job is to not run stupidly from first to third. Your job is to sprint. Pete Rose like sprint. Pete Rose used to make it to first base quicker than you make it to first when he walked. When Rose took a base on balls, he made it to first faster than our friend Juan Soto does on a ground ball to shortstop. Am I embellishing? Am I exaggerating? Not really. Maybe a little bit for effect, but not really. This guy has been an utter disappointment as a New York Met. First of all, in the beginning especially, he looked like he never wanted to be here. He looked like he wanted to be in a torture chamber more so than Citi Field. He'd rather get a tooth extraction than go play baseball for the New York Mets. That's the way he appeared in the beginning, and it didn't get much better. Maybe during stints, during certain parts of the season, you felt maybe a little bit the glimmer of enthusiasm that you want to feel all the time from a guy who's making a king's ransom, playing a kid's game, getting paid obscene amounts of money, playing a kid's game. Maybe, just maybe, I'm not sure. I may be off my nut. I'm not sure. Maybe you could show a little enthusiasm. Maybe you could run out of baseball once in a while. Maybe you could fake it. At least fake it. Act the part. Be a Brando for a minute. Act the part like you enjoy playing baseball in the most wonderful town on the face of the earth, New York. That you enjoy playing baseball in Flushing, Queens, that you rather played for the New York Mets since you signed for that astronomical amount of money. You'd rather play baseball for the New York Mets than anywhere else, including the New York Yankees. Show us that one time, Juan. Bust your ass running to first base, Juan. Do what they pay you to do, Juan. Swing at a ball outside of the strike zone, Juan, because you have to swing at. They're going to pitch around you. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they're going to pitch around you. That's what good pitchers do. They're not going to give you something fat in the middle of the plate in a crucial situation. You may have to extend your strike zone. Look at me telling Juan Soto how to hit. You're damn right I am. You may have to. They don't know anything, these young guys, anyway. They better listen to somebody like me. Yeah, I'm 65 years old. I can play that game in my prime, believe me. And in a certain situation, I knew to swing at a ball outside of the strike zone when I had to. But this cat does not know that. He doesn't have enough baseball sense. In fact, most of these guys don't have the baseball sense that they used to have 20 years ago, 40 years ago. They don't have the real baseball know-how that they used to have, and it shows every game. It shows exactly what I'm talking about every single game. You can tell that they just don't have the baseball savvy that they used to have. And this goes for Juan Soto, let me tell you. And I never liked this guy from the start anyway. I have no idea. I don't like his scowl. I don't like his mannerisms. I don't like his highfalutin attitude. I don't like his I'm better than everybody attitude. I know maybe I'm looking into things a little bit too much. No, I'm not. Screw you, Juan Soto, until you hustle. Screw you, Juan Soto. You want fanfare? You want people to appreciate you? Hustle. Do what they say, well, he's pacing himself. You don't get it. I mean, you boomers, you don't get it. They call me a boomer. I'm 65. Yeah, I'm a boomer. You better believe I'm a boomer. I was born in 1960. Everybody has these prejudices against boomers, but that's neither here nor there. You're right. I'm a boomer, and I'm proud of being a boomer. You think I care about this stuff really that much? I really don't. All right, I'm coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Here's a little message I want you to hear. Hey, you may be right. Exercise and fitness is more than just a tricep and more than just, a bicep kind of a thing. But it could be something that actually changes your life. Now, how do you do that? How do you stay consistent when in the past you failed? You make it easy for yourself. You train from the comfort of your own home. You train with me through Zoom in the comfort of your own home. You get top-notch nutrition from yours truly right there in the comfort of your own home. You combine the two. You have the two working for you simultaneously, and you got yourself a plan. Now, if you haven't stuck to it in the past, I'll bet the reason why is because you failed to get to the gym. After you joined that health club, you joined that gym, you thought you were going to go, but you never really got there. Maybe you got there and they were too crowded and people were just on top of each other. No machines, no dumbbells. That could be the way that it went for you. That's a distinct possibility, but come on board through Zoom and we'll train together fitness-wise. I've been in the business for about 45 years. God, it's going back a long way. And the great thing, again, as I mentioned before, is the fact that you just hop over to the computer via Zoom and we get together and we do it the right way. Fitness and nutrition. You got to combine both. You got to do it right. And the things, the tried and true methods that I'm going to give you is something that cannot fail. And that is the truth. romeoradioshow@gmail.com is the way to get in touch for you to get started. romeoradioshow@gmail.com is the way to do it. I'll see that email. I'll get back to you immediately, directly, and we'll get it done, and we'll get it done right, maybe for the first time. I don't care if you're 20. I don't care if you're 60. I don't care if you're 95. We can get it done. Any fitness level, if you have to drop a few pounds, if you have to drop 100 pounds, if you have to get more muscular than before, if you're an athlete and you want to do well by yourself at the age of 50, you don't want to go downhill. Well, I'm 65. I'm not ashamed. And I'll tell you how to do it the right way via Zoom. romeoradioshow@gmail.com is the way to get in touch and the way to get started. romeoradioshow@gmail.com. I appreciate it. Look forward to hearing from you. Let's do it right. Thanks. All right, I've returned. Don't think you have enough of me yet. I returned. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Juan Soto. I think I got in just about as much as I'm going to get in about Juan Soto. I want your opinion about this. You heard prima donna, right? I want your opinion about this ultimate prima donna that plays for the New York Mets, this ultimate prima donna. Do you know the perks that this man got for coming to the Mets? Do you know how much ass kissing had to go on to get this guy to play baseball for the New York Mets? Do you know Steve Cohen had to actually kiss his ass backwards and forwards? He had to shine his knob, kiss his ass, do everything you need, everything you need to do to these current day players. You have to convince these current day players to come play for your baseball team for millions of dollars. If this doesn't, as a fan, I'm choking. As a fan, if this doesn't make you sick, well, I hope this video makes you a little nauseous, because that's my goal. I want to make you sick. I don't want you to have a good time. Get off my lawn. I don't want you to have a good time watching me. That's not what it's all about. I want to provoke something within you to come to your senses and not praise these athletes up and down and praise them and laud them and shine. Just come on. I'm all done. All righty, boy. That was a lot of fun, man. I had a good time doing that. Juan Soto. Let me just encapsulate. Okay, let me encapsulate. Number one, when a ball is a half inch, an inch and a half outside of the strike zone, and you have second and third, and it's your job to drive in those 2 runs, you goofball, swing the bat. Swing the bat. When you hit a ground ball to the shortstop, that's a routine ground ball. Bust your rear end to first base the way you're supposed to. That's the least you could do 4 times in a baseball game. When a ball is hit and the situation is right and you're in the outfield, the ball is hit in front of you, take a chance. Get your uniform dirty, you prima donna. Dive after the ball once in a while. Then I'll be happy. Then I won't be able to make any more videos. Then it's not going to be any fun. I never liked this guy from the start, as I was saying before, and I hate him more. No, I don't hate anybody. And I don't like him more now, as you find me here. Today is, what's today? Today is Tuesday. Tuesday has no feel. It's true. Seinfeld was right. Tuesday has no feel. I'm sitting here on Tuesday afternoon, and there's no real feel to a Tuesday. There's nothing pertinent that has to be done on a Tuesday. There's nothing really happening on a Tuesday afternoon, so I make a video. What else is new? All right, subscribe, okay? And please contribute. Anybody that's contributed in the past, we appreciate it very, very much. Cindy and I, we love you. And subscribe, do your due diligence. I appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. I have something tomorrow that you're going to laugh. And by the way, if you want to come on the channel, and you're a caller to FAN, you're a big sports guy, you're a listener to FAN, you're whatever you have to do with sports, and we have a little conversation first, come on the channel and we'll feature you in an interview right here on Romeo TV. I appreciate it. Take it easy. See you next time. Hey, I'm excited. Welcoming in the great Bill Boggs, television pioneer Bill Boggs. You remember Bill Boggs, Midday Live, Comedy Tonight, the Food Network, the Morton Downey Jr. Show. Anything that was good on TV back in the old days, Bill Boggs was behind it. But now you can go right to Bill Boggs TV. You can get all those great shows, every single one of those shows that I mentioned, right there on Bill Boggs TV. Just like Ralph Romeo TV, right to Bill Boggs TV. Let me mention some of the guests that Bill had through the course of time. Jerry Lewis, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., Little Richard, Yul Brynner, Natalie Wood. Who else do we have? Sean Connery, Gore Vidal. I know you intellectuals. Jane Fonda, Jack Lemmon, Michael Douglas. My God, those are the Midday Live guests that I remember. I remember every single one of these programs. And Comedy Tonight, Rita Rudner. I remember Sinbad. What happened to Sinbad? Rodney Dangerfield, the great Rodney Dangerfield. Dr. Joyce Brothers. Do you remember Dr. Joyce? I do. Carol Alt and Robin Leach. Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, Robin Leach. The great Bill Boggs. Go right to Bill Boggs TV and make sure you catch every single one of these things. And also, if you didn't know, I'm telling you now, Bill Boggs is a fantastic author. Fantastic author. The book he most wants you to read is something called Spike the Wonder Dog. Spike the Wonder Dog. Now, you can't forget that title, Spike the Wonder Dog. So your task is to go to Ralph Romeo, Bill Boggs TV, and Spike the Wonder Dog in the bookstore and on Amazon, wherever you get your books. And man, you can't go wrong. The great Bill Boggs comes aboard Ralph Romeo TV. Hey, this is good stuff right here. Bill Boggs TV. Don't forget.